Podcast fam, YouTube channel, it's your boy, and we are back in the building. So I've noticed something for a lot of people in life, and especially in the Christian community or just men in general. I've noticed that we do a lot of overlifting. What do I mean? I'm going to break all this down to you in this podcast, and hopefully you get revelation and you get insight and your faith is restored. Let's get it. So when it comes to overlifting, because, I used to love to work out. I used to work out a lot. When it comes to overlifting, you can tell people are overlifting by the faces that they're making, by the noises that they're making, by the emotions that they have. They can't lift it fully, right? So I noticed that a lot of us in life are doing the same thing. But we're going to substitute the weights with scenarios in life, depression, all these other things. We are overlifting, literally meaning we are trying to do things without God. We are literally trying to do any and everything that we can, but without God. OK, so the symptoms for overlifting is, soreness, strains, pains, fatigue, reduced appetite. As you can see in this, like your health is deteriorating in you overlifting something. You're trying to overcompensate, believing that you can lift something that you're not even supposed to be lifting, causing a strain, causing, a decline in performance, causing all these things. We literally hurt ourselves trying to do something that we should not be doing by ourselves. Does that make sense? Is that deep enough for you? And before we get real deep into this, I want to give you the Bible verse, because I never want you to say that I'm just strategically out here just motivating or doing motivational speeches. OK. 1 Peter 5:7, King James Version. It says, casting all your cares upon him, for he careth for you. Casting, not some. It said what? All of your cares unto him. This is literally teaching you not to overlift. Even God knows that when we overlift things in our life, we are literally messing ourselves up. We are causing the depression. You feel me? We causing pain. We causing fatigue. We causing ourselves to break down because we're overlifting something that we didn't even create. Whew. Ain't it funny when you try to imitate the creator, but you make yourself even more worse? Oh my goodness. The gym is the perfect scenario for people that actually be out here walking and living life. Because by overlifting, you find yourself distracted by the fact that you're detached from God. So you try to subtract the one that added everything unto this world. This deep, bro, but I really want y'all to feel this, because if we don't get strategic on how we've been doing all these things wrong, we will continue to do these things wrong, and we will continue to pass them along, as generational curses or just as a way of life. And that's no way to live. Overexerting yourself is not a way to live. I do what I do because I'm connected to God. He tells me to do it. I film it. I do this, and then I just keep it moving. I don't overexert myself. You feel me? And when you're in the gym, it's a common word that we use for people that, overlift. We call it ego lifting. You feel me? They be like, you feel me? Like, that's literally how they be lifting. Like, they be lifting, putting all this energy into it, putting all this effort into it, not knowing that you causing a effect to your body. Life isn't based upon the heavier the weight, the more results you get. It ain't based upon that. Working out, it's not about the heaviest weight. They will tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's about repetition. It's about technique. It's not about the biggest weight in the gym. I've literally seen, bodybuilders and I've seen people that work out, and when they get older, their bodies be deteriorating. Man, I got bad ankles, got bad elbows, I got bad knees, got bad legs, bad back. If we sit and we think about just how the enemy moves in life, he will literally place us in an environment and say, you can't handle that without God. And then it pushes us into this place of just being exhausted or being hurt. So if the enemy can literally plant these things in your head and say, come on, ego lift real quick. You feel me? You ain't overlifting, you doing good. You know what I'm saying? If the enemy can push you to do these things, then it literally shows you that God is literally here to take all that stress and strain away from you, away from your body, and away from your life. Like, fellas, hear me out. Ego lifting your way through life ain't gonna get you nowhere. You feel me? I tried to ego lift plenty and many a times with a lot of situations. Tried to power lift, I tried to overlift, tried all that. But I noticed when I stopped trying and I started applying, ooh, that's a word for somebody. When I stopped trying and I started applying, I noticed that everything shifted for me. You feel me? It was no longer based upon, okay, I'm gonna lift this because I know I can do it. Like, let's go crazy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. It was something simple and plain. And what I learned while I was working out, people would walk up to me and be like, "Yo, bro, you kind of stocky, bro. Like, how you got like that?" And I literally noticed that the less weight that I lifted, like if it, I don't lift heavy. You feel me? And right now I don't lift at all. When you lift light, but you have high repetitions, you have high reps. You feel me? When you have high reps, the definition and tone is so much better, bro. Like, you be swole, lifting swole. You be swole, lifting swole, but lifting small. It's not about the number. It's about the repetition. So here's the thing I'm going to say to you about your spiritual journey, about your life. It ain't about the number of women that you have. It's about the repetition that you have with one. Ooh, I'm talking good. It's not about having this record of being, ooh, amazing in everything. It's about being good in one thing, and that one thing branching out to bless you to do a lot of other things. People will find you and associate you with the one thing that you do well and say, yo, he do this right here well. And next thing you know, you get opportunities and you get speaking engagements, you get, you know what I'm saying, clothing brands, or you get whatever you get from this one thing because you started doing this one thing and you became effective in that one thing. Same to the women. If you become effective in one thing, in one area of your life, all the other areas are actually connected to that one thing. Just like wisdom is connected to days of life. Just like wisdom is connected to wealth. See, everything is connected, but the enemy has taught us to go get the bag and end up in the bag instead of going to get God and going to get wisdom and the bag chase you. So you're forever in this hamster wheel of chasing something that is supposed to be chasing you. Ooh. So my question is, are you going to allow yourself to be the bank? Or are you going to allow yourself to be the person that's coming in asking for a loan? Oh my goodness. Because believe it or not, you are supposed to be that source for everyone that needs something. They're supposed to come to you and loan. You're supposed to be the lender, not the borrower. Like, for real, like, just think about this. And if you continue to ego lift, you will never see this reality. You will never see this. I never saw it until now. Mistaken identity can literally be tied into ego lifting. I also got, some more notes for y'all to take down. You can definitely take down these 3 steps, all right? Here is ways to fix this problem. Number 1, learn to lean on God, the solid rock. Hear me out. Learn to lean on God, the solid rock. To lean on somebody is good, at least when it comes to God. Because when you're leaning on God, you're not going to fail. It's a solid rock. There is nothing wavering about him. But when you lean on people, Sometimes they here, sometimes they there. Sometimes they in it, sometimes they not. But when you lean on your own understanding, you're going to lead yourself to what? Fatigue, more pain. You're going to lead yourself to that bad back, meaning depression. You're going to lean right into depression, literally, because you want it to be strong and independent. That's such a toxic teaching, man. Masculinity has become so toxic, bro. Point 2. Step your faith game up. Step your faith game up. Have faith that God will help you with whatever you are doing. See, the reason I always come back to faith and I always come back to God is because if you think about it, it's strategically hidden right in front of you. So if you never have faith, you'll never have success. And if you never have God, you'll never have peace, joy, and happiness. So you can have the money, but still be depressed. You can have all the women and still be empty. You can have all the clothes and still have nothing on. I ain't gonna dig deep into it. Because somebody just lost me right there. I'm gonna take you to point 3. Realize your masculinity is not diminished, but it is actually activated when you depend on the one that created you, meaning God. Realize your masculinity is not diminished, but it is actually activated when you depend on the one that created you, meaning who? God. Women, I know normally, I'm preaching the message to y'all. I'm talking real deep to y'all right now, but this is like really for the fellas. It can also be for the women too, but I'm pretty sure women don't want to be known as masculine. You feel me? I had to have this talk with y'all. I had to make this video because this is highly important. You feel me? Like, there's nobody talking about this. How can we not talk about this? That's my task. That's my duty. You feel me? I'm always, talk to y'all in a good way. Try to give y'all the wisdom that God give me. You feel me? And just try to lead that next generation. But hopefully, man, this podcast, this video was effective for you. For those of you on the pod, definitely, follow your boy on YouTube. It's Benjamin King. For those of you that are on YouTube, definitely check out the podcast called That Faith Talk with Benjamin King on all podcast platforms. Definitely follow your boy on TikTok and Instagram and things of that nature. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Bing, follow your boy. And for those of y'all on the podcast, make sure you leave a review. You feel me? Drop that below. You really help your boy out. You should do that. But I love y'all. Y'all stay blessed. And we'll be back in the building. When? Next week. I love y'all. Peace.